Hello, this is Dion again, and I'm going to continue with explaining the basics of how to use the PolySynergy. I have a couple of basic tutorials, so you can always go back to the text, and this time I'm going to talk about grouping. So grouping, I'm going to show you in the editor itself, of course, has to do with making groups of nodes that have, some kind of confined functionality that you want to bring together. Well, say that I want to have those two nodes here grouped together, and first I have to select both of them. You can select both of them by selecting one of the nodes and then pressing the Shift key and pressing the other node. That will select both of them. Clicking outside will, of course, deselect them. I can also press the B button for a box selection tool, and I can drag a box around those nodes. And now both of them are selected. And then I can right mouse button and then say group selected node. You can also do this by Command G or Control G, depending on the operating system that you are using, of course. But in this case, I'm just doing it by using the right mouse button. Now you can see this green border around those nodes, and this will simply adjust to whatever is inside of this group. And if I double click this green border here, then you see that now it has become grouped and into one very small node. This is not very useful in this case because I have no way to connect it to the flow. I cannot make it part of any flow. That is because we did not connect anything inside the group to the group itself. You can do that by dragging this outside connector to the node like this. And now you can see, okay, this received an in connector and it's named variable string. And variable string, why? Because this node here is called variable string, and I simply put it to the input node of the variable string. I also want to bring out the result, which will be hello Dion in this case, and then I say result to the outside node here. And now I can close the group, and as you can see, I have a method now to make it part of the flow. So I will just attach this result to the log info node, and then I will run again, and it should give me the exact same result as we had before. So I have log info here, hello Dion it says, and that's exactly what I'm expecting. Now you can see the 2 and the 3 here, because of course if I open, you can see that 2 and 3 are inside this node. I also have a log error node here, and if I want to make use of this as well, then of course I can just connect this output to the outside of the group as well. And now I can make sure that the message is reached in that way. Okay, say that you want to have information coming outside of the group that will, for example, pass the name. So say that we want to pass along the name from outside of the group. That's how I should say it. So in that case, I will open the group, then reconnect this to value, and now I have a way to get this value here. It's already named. It already has name, which is confusing. That is because I did it already. This is by default how it will be. So it will get value. You will see value, and then you will see untitled here, and result and error. And then I can make another variable string, for example. And with that, I can simply say, okay, let's take a very Dutch name, Bert instead of Dion. And then I will connect the result of this variable string to value. And now you should see that it is named hello Bert, which is exactly as I expected. The problem with this group is that it's slightly unclear, right? So you can see untitled and you can see value. If you have a lot of groups, then you don't know what that means. So that's why it's also possible to overrule those namings to make it much more clear. So if this will be the hello world node, for example, right? A lot clearer already. But then what are we expecting as an input? Value, that doesn't say anything. So what I'm expecting is name. And then result and error is pretty clear already, but say that this is the hello world result, whatever. And now you have a very clear setup on, and you will understand immediately what this group is doing. You can even make that much more clear. Let's clear the execution data. You can do that by pressing this button here, by the way, or pressing the C key on your keyboard. But let's just select the hello world node. And if we want to be very, very explicit about what it's doing, you can even describe it in the nodes. You can say this node is responsible, you can for generating the hello world string, whatever. You can even go as far as, because it's markdown, so hello world. You can make this very, very clear. So everybody that sees this will understand exactly what this group is for. You can also, of course, ungroup things again. You can open it, and let's see if it's also here. No, I can delete the group here, open it, and moving to group, I will also show that. But let's first go here. So if I want to dissolve, wait, no, I'm going to show you move to group first, because then after that I can dissolve it. Let's make another, whatever, it doesn't really matter for this example. Say that you have a node and you want to add that node into that group here. Then you can right click this JSON node, then you can say move to group, and then you see the cursor change to a small cross, and then I click this group, and now it's inside the group, see? So now the group got extended with that node from the outside. Say that I want to dissolve the group, then I go open it, then I do right mouse button, and then I say dissolve group. Now first it will ask for confirmation. Are you sure? Yes, very sure. And there you go. The group is dissolved. So this is the basics of grouping. You can have groups inside groups. You can make very complicated setups. It's also useful later for the services, but I will get back to services as soon as I can. For now, just experiment with this. I am curious about what you think, and any input is very welcome. But thanks for watching, and good luck with using PolySynergy.